Hey, what's up guys, JZab here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I figured I would showcase my Mewtwo deck that I've been running for the online game, and just kind of show you guys how I play, what my deck looks like. I got a couple decks built, but right now this is the main one I'm running, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it was all about. So yeah, let's get right into it. So if we go over here and we go to my Mewtwo and edit deck, so the main three cards that I'm running is Mewtwo, Tinkaton EX, and Alakazam EX. So if you guys don't know, the Alakazam EX, what's nice about this is that this dimensional hand, you can use this Pokemon to attack from your bench, and it does 120 damage, which is pretty good. And then also you got the Mind Jack, which does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So if they have 5 benched Pokemon, the full bench, then you get 150 attack plus your 90, so it's 240, which is pretty decent attack. And then I also run the Tinkaton. The big hammer is really what it's all about, and it does 30 damage for every card in your hand. I'll go through my trainers a little bit. I want to kind of go through this because I want to show you guys. I want to play around, and I'll show you guys how it goes. But basically, depending on how I draw, I just kind of start filling my hand if I'm using Tinkaton, and the attack on this can get really huge really quickly. And I really like this card. I really love Tinkaton, and then I love running this card. The main player in this deck, though, is going to be my Mewtwo EX, and basically what it is every psychic energy attached to any Pokemon you have does 30 more damage. You start off with 10 with Mewtwo, plus each energy is 30 and 30, so you start off doing 70 damage. But you start loading up all your other benched Pokemon with more energies, and this attack again can get really strong really quickly. And because it's a basic Pokemon, you could get it out on your bench immediately. You could put it in your front runner space immediately, and it's just a pretty good card, especially that it's electric. It uses the psychic energies, right? And its weakness is not the same as your psychics. This is fighting, and I believe the psychics is dark, so, and you actually resist fighting here, so you have a good out if you're fighting a fighting deck, but you never are, because the fighting decks aren't very good. Then the last Pokemon I have in here is, I actually recently put this in. I took out one Alakazam, or two, yeah, and I put in this Mimikyu. Right, it can't be attacked by any EX or V Pokemon. This is good for coming up against decks that I actually had. I had just Alakazam, Mewtwo, and Tinkaton, and I ran up against this card, and I was like, man, I can't do anything against it, you know? So I ended up putting this in here because, again, it's psychic energies, and depending on the decks you're playing, this can be super fantastic. So the trainers that I'm running in this, right, I'll just run through these real quick. I don't want to be too long-winded. Ultra Balls, you can throw away 2 cards and you can get any Pokemon you want from your deck. Very useful card. Switch just switches your main Pokemon, your active Pokemon, with a benched Pokemon. It's great for this deck because Mewtwo needs energies on it to power up its attack, so rather than retreating, I got Switch in there so that it doesn't waste my energies. Rare Candy, you can go from a basic Pokemon up to a stage 2 Pokemon. That's Alakazam or Tinkaton for me. This is a fantastic card to have in your deck if you're running stage 2 Pokemon. Boss's Orders, switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active Pokemon. This is just a good card to have. It's very good strategically, in my opinion, because you can immediately mess up somebody's plan by using this, and then either they have to waste energies retreating, or they have to have a trainer card that combats it. Battle VIP Pass, I have 1 in the deck. If I get it on my first turn, I could put 2 basic Pokemon onto my bench. Again, Mewtwo EX is a basic Pokemon, so I could just start getting some good cards right out the gate. But if I don't get it my first turn, then it's hand fodder for whether or not I'm using Tinkaton. Then I could just hold it in my hand forever, and it really doesn't matter. I'm not trying to use it or whatever. Or for the Ultra Ball. Fog Crystal, same thing. So this is something I could just hold in my hand forever if I really wanted to, or I can search my deck for a psychic energy card or a basic psychic Pokemon, reveal it and put it into my hand. So whether or not I hold on to this, or I could use this to put another card in my hand that then I could use in the future, or if I just need some more psychic energy for my Mewtwo's. Iono is a pretty big staple in the game right now. You and your opponent put your card, you shuffle your hands, you put your cards on the bottom of the deck, and then you each draw a card for how many remaining prize cards you have. This is just good to, number one, reshuffle your hand if you got a bad draw or whatever. Or also, it's good for like this deck, if I already have a good amount of cards out, I don't mind throwing all my cards back in my deck and pulling a new hand. It can mess with my opponent. You know, if they use an Ultra Ball or if they use something to take something from their deck and put it in their hand, you can possibly get rid of it. With this card, it's just a really good card to have in your deck. Old Cemetery is whenever a player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, they put 2 damage counters on the Pokemon. This is great for this deck. So basically it just does chip damage whenever my opponent puts energy on their Pokemon, which is fantastic for me. Now, it does affect my Mewtwo negatively, right? If I put an energy on Mewtwo, it still affects it negatively. But again, I only need 2 energies on Mewtwo to fully power it up. So, it's not that bad. If I have to use this with my Mewtwo, it's only 40 damage. But also, it's just great for especially other decks that they rely on putting something out front like that Mimikyu and then loading up their bench with energies. They can do that, but they're doing chip damage to their own Pokemon, so I really like playing that card. The Boost Shake is very similar to the VIP pass, right? It's cool. I can search my deck for a card that evolves from one of my basic Pokemon and put it onto that card, and then I shuffle my deck. I can either use this my first turn, or on a Pokemon that was just put into play this turn, right? So I can evolve my Abra or my Tinkatink immediately, or again, it's just hand filler for Tinkaton, or it could be fodder for Ultra Ball, any of those. Technical Machine Turbo Energize, same deal. It could potentially be fodder for Great Ball or for the Ultra Ball, or I could just hold it in my hand for Tinkaton. Or if I have this like first or second turn, right, I'll use this instead of in lieu of an attack, because now I can immediately charge up any of my Pokemon. All Pokemon in this deck only require 2 energies to be fully powered up. This immediately makes everybody fully powered up, and then on top of that, if I'm running my Mewtwo out front, and I could put 2 energies on a Pokemon, that immediately gives my Mewtwo 60 more attack. So all good stuff there. Wallace, I think this is the best draw card in the game right now. You get to draw 3 cards, and then your opponent gets to choose whether or not they draw a card. If they do, you get an extra card. So far running this, I think I've only ever seen somebody deny this once, and it was during a game where I was trying to have them draw out their deck because they ran out of energies, and we were just playing, you know, for time. But yeah, this is fantastic. Most of the time you get 4 cards with it, which is great. And usually giving somebody 1 card isn't that big of a deal. So it immediately puts 4 cards in my hand. Well, 3, because I'm using the Wallace. But again, for Tinkaton, this is fantastic. To get more cards into my hand for the Ultra Balls, great. Everything about it, good. I really like this card. I got Nest Balls, right? Search my deck for basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench. This is, again, good for Mewtwo, good for Tinkatink, good for Abra. And then I got a Berry in here. Again, it's just draw 3 cards, so it's nothing super fantastic, but again, it's good for the Tinkaton, so. And then lastly, I just got 15 Psychic Energies, just straight up Psychic Energies. That's all I need to power my Pokemon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my whole deck. Now I'm going to play around just to kind of show you guys how this goes and how I actually play and how the deck does against other people. So the 2 decks that so far I've had trouble with is I have had trouble with a Charizard EX deck. That's one of the reasons why I put that Mimikyu in there. And then I also have had trouble with, there's like a Magnezone and Magnezone and something else. I don't remember what the other Pokemon was now. But yeah, there's 2 decks that I've had issues with. At most other decks, I really haven't run into too many issues with. So yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. All right, so here we go. I'm probably gonna blur out the other person's name. I don't know, I've seen it online a lot that people like blur out whoever they're fighting against. So there's probably gonna be something in the way so you don't know what this person's name is, probably. But yeah, the other thing, so I'm just gonna talk you guys through my strategy as I play here. The one thing I usually do, I don't know about you guys, you could tell me, I always just pick heads, and I always go first. I like going first. I feel like it sets myself up real good. Yep, I want to go first because, well, you know, whatever they do on their first turn, it really doesn't matter. I want to get my cards out immediately, and then my second turn I want to be able to attack right away. Usually that's pretty good for this, and right here, this battle VIP right out the gate. I think I'm going to throw my Abra up front here. Tink-a-tink on the bench, and then pick done. Yeah, I just like going first. All right, so they're running a Charizard deck is what this looks like. We'll see. Battle VIP. So I'm going to put a Mimikyu on my bench, and most likely I'm going to be switching my Mimikyu out into the front spot. I'm just going to put an energy there for now, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to throw this Iono out next turn. Hope if I could get... I don't know. We'll see. Usually, like at this point, right, I start determining which way I'm going with my deck, right? I got the three options. I got Tinkaton, I got Mewtwo, I got Abra. My hand isn't really pointing me in a certain direction. The fact that they got a Charmander out front kind of makes me believe that they got a Charizard deck. So that kind of makes me want to throw Mimikyu out there. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know quite yet what I want to do. So, all right. So we're gonna go with, yeah, we're gonna risk it here. We're gonna go with the Abra and Iono to reshuffle my cards. I'm giving them some cards, but whatever, not a big deal. All right, tons more Mewtwo. I do have my rare candy, which is fantastic. And my nest ball. I want to attack, but I'm gonna do the rare candy. I'm gonna do the rare candy, and then I'm gonna put another. Yeah, we're gonna put another Abra on the bench, and then I'm gonna end my turn. So why I did that? I usually try to get as many cards out of my deck as possible so that when I draw, I can just get to the cards I actually want or need. In this instance, this is kind of tricky. This is actually one of the first times I'm playing this where I actually don't know which direction I want to go yet. But just with me having the Alakazam out front, usually he's not the front runner. Normally I'm either going Mewtwo or Tinkaton. But this energy on him and this Charmander's dead, so it's kind of like I don't really care. It looks like he's trying to get the Charizard. Oh, or Growlithe, okay. This Radiant Charizard, I hate it. I don't like that. I really don't like it. It's the fact that you can just half. The attack costs half for each prize card that your opponent's taken. So every time I do good, his Charizard is a beast, and I don't like it. All right, whatever. This Charmeleon's dead, so I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not really going to be able to do anything because he won't get 4 energies. So yeah. So like I said, yeah. Normally I'd be going Mewtwo or Tinkaton. This time I'm going Alakazam. Man, he's got the Arcanine. The Arcanine's not great against this deck either. Let's see what we got here. Yep, not great. So we'll go ahead and just keep running this Alakazam. Yeah, why not? Okay. Cool. Get a prize card. Hopefully it's something good. Nope, but whatever. I can start powering up my Mewtwo at least. Yeah, this card with Stoke is just, oh man, I dislike it. I dislike it. Because you can put up to 2 basic energy cards, attach them to this Pokemon, and then you immediately have the Arcanine powered up all the way. And the Arcanine can do a lot of damage. I don't like playing against these decks. Charizard, Arcanine, I don't like them. Also, sometimes people run this similar deck with like a Moltres that, if it has any amount of damage counters on it, then it does more damage. So this little chip damage here ain't good for it. But yeah, see, and then what is this? It's 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So what do we got here? 30 plus 20. So I'm not gonna be able to take this out with my next attack. That's the problem, and that's what I need to be able to do. So I think what's gonna end up happening here. Oh, I didn't even realize he had 3 energies. All right, so just his retreat 3. And what does this do? Energy card from the discard pile to one of their bench Pokemon. All right, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this kind of funky. I'm gonna go with Mimikyu. Right, we'll see what happens. There's that Moltres I was talking about, by the way. All right, we'll see what happens. So now he can't attack me with the Arcanine. He can't put any energy on the Arcanine from the discard pile. He has to put it on his bench, right? So he can't retreat this Pokemon. I don't know what this does. Once during your turn, you can draw your cards until you have 5 in your hand. I don't really care about that. So now that this thing has damage on it, see, this attack does 70 more damage. So that's 90 damage immediately just by having 1 energy and 2 damage counters on it. I don't like it. And now what we can do, we'll go with the Fog Crystal. All I'm gonna do is just pull this out, right? Now we can re-energize the Alakazam, and now I can attack for more damage from the bench. Next turn, I think what I'm gonna do, I might not attack next turn. I might end up putting Mewtwo or something up here instead. Something that could take the full brunt of one of these attacks without dying and retreat this Mimikyu. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta try and play this smart. Alright, Nest Ball, not great in this situation. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on Mewtwo. And then I'm just gonna end my turn. So, if I retreat Mimikyu, I think my attack will be 70 plus another 60, so that's 130 plus another 30. So I could take out any of his Pokemon with 1 hit with my Mewtwo. Alright, again, not great. I needed an energy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass on this turn too. But he does have 2 right here. Hopefully he doesn't. Man, I just thought about that. He's gonna put another energy on here and retreat. I didn't even think about it. Oh well. If I lose Mimikyu, not a huge deal, but I do lose the 2 energies. That's why. Not great. Perfect. Now we're gonna draw 3 cards. This dude's totally gonna pick a card, so I'm gonna get 4 cards. See, told you, it always works. And now I can replace that Magma Basin because I hate it. Could also fully go with Mewtwo now. But see, I do take 20 damage. Not a big deal. Yep. So this is actually a pretty good match, honestly. I'm gonna retreat, and I am gonna pull my Mewtwo up around. We're gonna go through this in 160. So my guess is gonna pull this other Growlithe out here, because I think I've seen in his hand before he had another Arcanine. So I might end up dying, but not a huge deal. I got my Mimikyu down there, so it's not, you know, he pulls out another Arcanine. Not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, that's totally what he's gonna do. At least it'll do 20 damage to itself by putting the next fire energy, right? We'll see. Play this after Attach one base cannon, discard to pile one of your Pokemon. Yep. Okay, throw that Arcanine down. Let's see what you got. Yep. So he just killed me though with the 250, if that's the route he's going. That is the route he's going. Alright, not a huge deal. So, man. Okay, we'll go this route. We'll see what happens. Now, my plan is going to be, I'm going to try and power up this Tinkaton. I'm going to go with another Wallace. And now I don't even have to energize Mimikyu. I can just leave him alone because I could just do my Alakazam. I could use his attack, so everything else though is pretty good. I think I'm just gonna leave everything alone. Yeah, and I'm just gonna attack. So yeah, if on my next turn, right? Wow, what is it? What is that? 120? Yeah, I'm gonna bring Tinkaton out front. And I should have a pretty ridiculous attack here. Let's see, 30 damage. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 8, 1, 210, 240, plus another one. Well, I'm going to use this on Tinkaton, so my attack's going to be like 240. So I'll be able to take out any Pokemon he has in one hit. And what does this do? 250. And I should be able to take any attack that he has. So, not too bad. I don't really care about that. That doesn't matter. Oh. Ha! Okay, never mind. I'm just going to wait a turn. I just didn't even realize he drew out his deck. I'm sitting here like, oh, trying to figure out, oh, I'm going to do this. This guy drew out his deck. I'm not even going to take my turn. He can't attack me. He can't retreat. Well, there you go. So that's how I play my deck. Guys. Yeah. Okay. I'm still going to put an energy on there. I don't care. All right. Here you go. Have fun. So yeah, there you go. I guess this guy just kind of won the game for me. But yeah, so that's kind of how I play the deck. I'm going to probably, yeah. I don't like playing against this Arcanine deck, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I take the victory, take some accolades here, and we'll collect, I guess while I'm filming, you guys can watch me collect some cards too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, nice. So let's see what cards we get. I really like this deck, and honestly, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's that guy kind of did that to himself, honestly, but for the most part, I really like running this deck. That Mimikyu is, man, a life save. Oh, nice. Let's go. Full art Clive. I like it. All right, let's do some more Paldean Fates. Yeah, but that Mimikyu is really a lifesaver, especially against something like that, where that Arcanine. Yes, nice. The Arcanine burns its own energy. Yo, let's go. Okay. That's awesome. I really like this card, by the way. This Nemona card. I really like it. I keep trying to talk. So yeah, this is the deck. This is the deck. Here's me pulling some cards, some Paldean Fates. Magmar, Pikachu, Artisan, Bostiff. Ooh, nice. Fortress EX. I'll take it. All right, last pack. What do we got? Last pack magic or what? That Nemona, I think, was already out. Oh, Tinkaton! I just went way too far, or too fast. Palmy full illustration rare, very nice. I went right past the shiny Tinkaton. Yo, card's dope. Card's dope. Yeah, I really like, where did it go? I really like this Nemona card. I like this better than the special illustration rare. Just saying. All right, one more thing, collect this. Yeah, so anyway, guys, this is it. This was my Mewtwo deck. I do have two other decks. I have my grass deck, and then I do have my fire red deck, and then these other two. Oh, and then I have my Mew deck. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, I could do this with each of my decks and showcase each deck that I run and kind of show you guys how I play each one. But so far, this deck's been pretty good for me. I also thought that there was like some update where there was like a way for you to like check to see what your win percentage was and stuff with each thing, but I don't know that I thought there was, but I guess not. I don't know. But if you guys like content like this, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll showcase my other decks to you guys. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, you could press this little button right here. It will subscribe you to my channel, and then up top will be 2 videos of the rest of my content of me pulling cards. If you guys want to go check that out, please do. And then lastly, just thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you later.